Hello? It's Lain's anniversary today, and she's 25. That means only one thing. Bring it in, guys. Here we go again. You can't escape from talking about Lain. It's never over. You guys ever feel like anytime anybody talks about Lain, it just feels kind of reiterative? Like there's not much being built on top of the conversation. Instead, it's just new people having a lot of the same ideas as the people before. I shouldn't be so negative though. We gotta celebrate. It's Lain's 25th anniversary, so it's the perfect time to show fans of the series some love. I wonder what the creators could possibly cook up. I present to you the Serial Experiments Lain 25th Anniversary event, a series of 7 unique projects released over the course of the year to show appreciation to all the devoted fans of the series. Alright, let's dig into this. At Anime Japan 2023, the people behind the Anniversary Project released a small set of Phygital merchandise that exists both in the physical and digital space. Phygital. See, there's the physical, this little acrylic stand. And then for the digital, there's this little NFC chip inside the acrylic that you scan, and then the owner can receive a SBT. What? Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah, $33-ish. And they only made 50. Happy anniversary, Lain. The second drop was on April Fool's Day, a short video with an expiration date. You can't see it anymore. Well, it's probably out there somewhere, but let's just pretend it's gone, yeah? Along with the video was a heartfelt letter. Jokes aside, you truly have my utmost thanks for still being interested in this quarter-of-a-century-old work. When Mr. Nakamura of Anike Inc. came to me with a proposal to sell NFC chip-embedded Serial Experiments Lain acrylic stands at Anime Japan 2023, I quite pessimistically responded, people aren't gonna buy Lain stuff anymore, but went along with the idea anyways. So when I heard that the acrylic stands were sold out, I was touched by everyone's kindness. On another note, nowadays AI is advancing toward practical use with remarkable progress. In fact, I even tried to use ChatGPT-3 to write this note to you all. When I gave it the prompt to create a passage that would convey my gratitude to fans in celebration of Lain's 25th anniversary, this is what I got.
Serial Experiments Lain has had a profound impact on the world of animation with its innovative storytelling, distinctive aesthetic, and bold philosophical questions. Not only that, but the work has inspired many by offering an insightful view into the relationship between modern technology and human existence. Serial Experiments Lain will continue to be loved by a new generation for its profound message and vibrant artwork. And we thank you for your love and support, and will continue to treat this wonderful work of art with care. Thank you very much.
Isn't that just amazing? At the time when I was working on Lain, I felt so pressured and stressed. My heart was always pounding, my PowerBook G4 was always overheating, and Art Master Abe would often laugh at me as I ran around frantically. But all of that is over now, for I have the power of ChatGPT. Speaking of Lain's creation, Serial Experiments Lain started off as just an amateurish draft of mine, but the reason why this work has become so beloved is thanks to the superb animation staff, including director Ryutaro Nakamura, Chiaki Kanaka, Yoshitoshi Abe, Junji Nakahara, Tomokazu Tokuro, and Takahiro Kishida. It's thanks to their efforts that Serial Experiments Lain became interesting. Now that Ryutaro Nakamura, who was at the core of this project, is no longer here with us in this world, I have no intention of continuing the project. I have no intention of making a continuation, a new Serial Experiments Lain under my own name, and I don't think it was that kind of story to begin with. So I apologize if our April Fool's Day teaser video gave you the impression that something was about to begin. Sorry for the disappointment, but there is nothing going on. As for the teaser video, the idea for its story started when AI was literally spitting out amazing creations one after another, from illustrations, pictures, to videos, and with such efficiency, it was evolving at such a fast pace that I could barely keep up with the news. Back in the day, when I was still drafting up ideas for Lain, the world was of course aware of Moore's Law, but even if computational and processing power were to improve exponentially, at the time, something like a usable chat AI was just a madman's pipe dream. If anyone, other than someone in that field, seriously thought we could one day attain what we have now, they would have been quite cringy to be around. Contrary to what one may think, I was one of the sane ones. Naturally, I couldn't even begin to imagine what chat AI technology had evolved into today. At the same time, when I was working with Tomokazu Tokuro and Junji Nakahara on a dating sim game called Noelle, my sane self had no choice but to do it the hard way and hash out a patchwork of conversation responses that could hopefully hopefully simulate a real conversation for the player. This time around, I based a teaser on the theme of how Lain came into existence, but there aren't any spoilers or anything for the anime or game. Rather, the teaser is like a patch update to the work that I had originally created. If I had created Lain now, I probably would have created it like how I did this teaser. What? I watched it, but I still don't get it, you say. That's just how it is. Don't think. Feel. That's the Serial Experiments Lain way. That's why we decided to dish out an April Fool's teaser without telling anyone. For TTL, and TTL is a kind of project that Ueda started that, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, right? But essentially, it allows individuals, explicitly not corporations, the ability to market and sell, Lain fan work. For TTL, I had called for everyone to create something, but I realized that I hadn't created anything myself. Wouldn't I be a hypocrite if I didn't get creating too? That being said, I've gone and thoroughly violated TTL's terms and conditions. This teaser was just something we hurriedly scraped together, and it's a far cry from something I'd proudly show to the public, so I'm relieved that it'll only be shared within a small circle. For those of us who had once given up on technology's evolution, what we couldn't even imagine in the past is now happening in the present. While I wouldn't go as far as to say that everything predictable is boring and everything unpredictable is interesting, I find the way that unpredictable has evolved is as much exciting as it is bewildering. Anyways, who's to say that Lain wasn't born somewhere already, without us knowing? Perhaps she was born like an Aphrodite of the internet. She could have sprung forth from the foam of an internet sea, and after the seawater subsided, she may have even taken root somewhere close to us. For the record, I just tried the wiki Aphrodite, but Wikipedia's donation request got in the way of my search, and that's how it's gonna be this year. So with that, I'll wrap up my message with this question to you all. What are your plans for 2023? Hoping for a future where someone, somewhere, somehow leads you to an encounter with Lain. Let's all love Lain. 2023, April 1st. Happy April Fool, dear ones. Ueda Yasuyuki. It's kind of sweet, right? It gives the impression of someone who's just saying what's on their mind, and it's drenched in some dumb ideas, but there's this little particle of authenticity there. At least that's what I see. You're not going to see this particle again, by the way. Layer 3 made a big splash, and that's because it was pretty controversial. Project Protocol is a new Lain game with let me just read the description. Sorry for all the reading, by the way. Layer 3301 Decipher is an immersive gaming experience that provides fans with a unique opportunity to engage with the enigmatic world of Lain. The ARG will be created under the supervision of Ueda Yasuyuki, the visionary producer behind the anime, as a collaboration between digital collective anime studio Kasagi and Tokyo-based company Anike. Layer 3301 can only be accessed through protocol keys. The ARG will allow superfans to unlock new aspects of the Lain storyline as they use their protocol key to interact with digital elements. Rewards for clearing the game include limited digital, physical, and phygital memorabilia, and as well as never before seen original cell art. The hand-drawn or painted stills from the animation used to produce the Lain anime. Okay, so here's the thing, right? This is an NFT game. A lot of y'all still don't get it. Protocol key holders can use multiple merges on a single lane. So if you have one protocol key and 3 lanes, you can create 3 phygital items. Tonight's protocol key mint event is essentially a minting event for Lain pictures and animation cells. Okay, let's just see how much it is to get in there. I'm kind of curious. Okay, so it's through the Twitter. Let's just, oh, they're gone entirely. I don't even know if it ever even happened. Layers 4 through 6, Project Brownie, The Factory, and Siberia never released. Okay, so obviously some kind of pivot happened. Was it like the feedback or something? I don't know. It's hard to say. But prepare to see the culmination of the Lain 25th anniversary project. Our biggest way to give back to the fans of the series. It's AI Lain.
Oh, a message.
Okay, yeah. After scrapping everything, it seems like this is our grand finale, and it's more than a chatbot. AI Lain is an interactive service that allows users to enjoy video calls with Lain, where she will respond with her real voice. At first, Lain does not show her face. As you talk to her more and more, she will gradually grow closer to you. However, that is only the beginning. Lain's growth will also be affected by what's taught to her by everyone who participates in this experiment, including you. The knowledge, words, and actions that Lain learns from you will all contribute to her evolution. Let's enjoy teaching Lain together over these 6 months of serial experiments. So it's like this 6-month project. It's more like a game, right? I tell you more about it, but and you can probably guess if you know a little bit about these AI chat models. It's not free. It's actually pretty pricey, and they're accepting sponsorships also. I can't really imagine who's paying for that. And paying for access also gets you entered in a raffle to get like actual nice stuff to further incentivize you. You know, there was clearly some effort put into this. They broke out the master tapes to build the AI voice model, which feels blasphemous, but you know, you can't deny they weren't approaching this with full enthusiasm. And I mean, that's all for Lain. Congratulations. See you guys at the Halloween event, I guess. I wonder what she'll say. Kind of a disappointment, right? It's not the only celebration event happening. There's a Lain pop-up shop happening, and it has Technolize stuff and even Hibane Renmei and Nia Under 7 stuff. I don't know why it's called a Lain pop-up shop. It seems like it's more like a Yoshitoshi Abe pop-up shop, but okay. There's a large part of me that's almost fundamentally opposed to making a video like this, you know, just kind of taking apart a project, even one that I think, you know, is pretty cynical. But I don't know, you know, I like Serial Experiments Lain a lot. I was really curious about, you know, where these projects would go, even though I'm not a fan of really any of them. You know, like, I get Ueda's excited about ChatGPT, but like, I don't think he understands that the message it sends when you're like, I made a robot write a thank you message for me. He's an interesting guy, I think, and you know, you can tell he really does think these projects are cool. And you know, it shouldn't bother me because it feels so, I don't know, dramatic to let these things kind of bother me. But there's so many people online, and you know, in reaction to these AI models or the NFT game, to be like, what, you know, what happened? Lain used to be about all these cool ideas, and it was made by these really interesting people, and now it's, you know, NFTs and all that. And I don't really buy that. You know, if you look into these people and what they do and what they work on, even just minorly, you know, you'll see this coming. I wasn't really surprised by the NFT games or any of that because I had looked at Ueda's Twitter once or twice, and I saw he really likes generating AI art. These changes that people have, they don't happen, you know, overnight. You can see these things kind of brewing. But yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe there'd be a lesson in here somewhere. Probably not though.